Welcome to the Guys Review, where we review movies, media, and experiences. Even reading it, I just screwed that up.
It happens.
I think they're so low to the ground.
Probably.
I don't know.
My name is...
Am I not close enough to it? Am I close enough to it now?
Yeah, you're better now. My name is Steven.
Pushing my mic around.
My name is Steven. I'm one of your four co-hosts. You're feisty.
Yeah, he's turned up this morning.
Together with me, as always, are Chris, Trey, and Tucker. Say hello, folks.
And he didn't even drink last night.
I had a lot of coffee this morning.
Obviously.
Yeah, there's the answer.
I got it.
Oh, old man dumps. No, old man dumps.
Old man dumps.
Have you had your morning crunch yet?
I had one of those earlier.
No.
Yeah, I hadn't had mine either. Well, so today we're going to be reviewing Back to the Future.
I can see you having that. You probably eat a lot of protein bars and all, don't you? And protein shakes.
I mean,
only when he's going to go to...
Jiu-jitsu!
There you go.
Or do you just take a lot of protein shots in the mouth?
Chris is bringing fire, man.
No, Kate. We get shut down so fast.
We'd be canceled. That's for
What
sure.
was it you were saying about that kid you saw the other day? Anyways, all right. Well, before we get into the movie,
You talking
let's.
about the midget?
Jesus Christ, Chris.
What?
Hey, you know if you kick one, like,
Little people. Whatever you want to call it.
hey, you know if you kick a midget, like, you can find their pot of gold.
Oh my God.
that's why you keep.
You know, I've yet to find
was
the
the
pot of
coolest
gold.
thing,
I
though,
found a
man.
honey pot, but not the pot of gold.
But let's be honest. Like, you can't help but smile when you see one. It's the truth. Is it not? Like, when you see one, do you not
Can we
smile?
cut his mic?
I don't.
But do you not smile when you see one, though? I
I
was
do.
at the ears, nose, and throat doctor the other day, and I saw one in the lobby. It was just a little kid one running around everywhere looking for his pot of gold or something.
Please stop talking. Just please stop talking.
You know what makes me happy when I see it? A
What's
mullet.
that? A mullet? Oh.
And if I'm at a fast food restaurant, I totally try and snap a picture of it because I'm a collector.
Of mullets?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I actually get that. I had a buddy back in college did the same thing.
You need to go to one of the little high school football games. That's like what's in right now.
No, you need to
No,
go to
you're right. Yeah, no, he's
There's a
right.
ton of
You
them.
go to-
Talladega.
Well,
No.
yeah, but that's unironic mullets.
This
You
is
go to
like-
like high school football games, all the kids are wearing mullets now, but it's like,
Billy Ray Cyrus.
MacGyver.
yeah, well, I was going to say Gretzky.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Would you count Richard Marx as having a mullet? Or is that just like...
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'd say that.
Who?
Richard Marx.
You don't know who Richard Marx is?
It was
Like a synth pop
oh.
love song
Synth?
person.
What about synth music? I love how 80s it is.
That was like every like junior high dance song. Well, not for you guys, but for me. That was every junior high dance song. That's the one when you get done dancing, all you gotta be like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
After
real quick.
Elvis, right?
Don't go dying on me, Chris.
All right, well, let's share a little bit about our weeks, and then we'll get into the movie.
Fuck your week.
What?
What?
Did you buy that or did they send it to you?
What?
What?
Mom,
Oh, I want it.
you want it?
Well, yeah, I mean, they sent it to me, yeah.
Okay.
Because like they did like a drawing on one of their podcasts.
Nobody wanted that.
He was the only entrant.
Might have been.
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of the produce stand diabolical coffee mug this morning because I'm still drinking coffee because we're recording on a Sunday morning on Halloween day. Actually,
It's
usually
not
we
really
record.
morning.
It's 10:30,
It's not
10:45.
morning, yeah.
It's almost 11.
It's lunchtime.
It's technically morning.
It's almost noon in Georgia.
right. It's lunchtime.
Okay, it's
right
still
now.
morning for me. I woke up at 9, so
Damn.
that's when Abby woke
Slept
up.
in.
I know. So yeah, I'm still drinking coffee. But okay, so Tucker, Trey, me, Chris, Tucker. Trey, how was your week?
It was all right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it was okay. I don't know that anything happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. My offer on a house got accepted, so I will have a home again.
He's
Congratulations.
no longer homeless.
And you close in December?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations. That's
Good
awesome.
Christmas present.
Is that? I meant to ask.
good job.
I didn't. I still wasn't exactly sure where that is. It's in Auburn, though, right?
No. Opelika.
Oh, okay.
Oh, town.
Sucks for you guys.
We have a pool, though.
That's fair.
And a fireplace.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the 7 pictures they took.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's tenant occupied, so it was like, yeah.
Oh, when are they out? December?
It's
Like,
month
is
to
it
month.
is it a rental right now?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rental. But I manage that property for the Brown Agency.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Is that who you bought it from?
The girl that replaced me, like, I ended up buying it from her.
Oh man.
So since you're the buyer, do you get a commission on it as well since you're also an agent?
Yes.
Are you gonna take the commission?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean,
at what point do you?
Because I'd say he's representing himself.
Wait, are they
Well,
paying
yeah, he
for
I'm
this?
actually representing Whitney. Like I'm actually not on the deed.
oh really?
Yeah,
Are they-
my credit's still shit.
They're paying for the closing costs?
Nah, we'll pay for it.
Shit, I would have made them pay for it.
Do you realize
we
what
can
kind
get a
of
little bit extra money.
The
here.
mar- the
I was
market
gonna say,
it
do you
is,
realize
like-
what kind of market it is right now? There's no way.
Yeah, like
maybe 5-7 years ago, but now no. Absolutely not.
no, just a couple years ago. Because they paid the closing costs on our house.
And I remember
Really?
on
Yeah.
this one, I think we split the closing cost.
Nice.
Or I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Are you on the deed, or is Courtney just on the deed?
No, it's about that.
We
Okay.
made them.
She threw him a bone.
Well, I know she paid for it because she's breadwinner and all.
Anything else you want to add?
Fuck you, Al.
I told y'all about who they did their Ag Hall social and they had one of the writers for Letterkenny on. That would have been fun. I was actually just listening to it on the way over here. It's pretty entertaining so far.
Yeah.
So, my week, again, kind of the same. It was just busy, whatever. Still got that house listed. I hadn't got any calls for it because it's overpriced.
I called you about it.
When?
I'll call you about it next week.
Thanks, appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, I tried to put in like a fake offer.
Oh, that's true.
Just
Yeah.
lowball them.
It's not a bad idea. $199 exactly. But other than that, yeah, no, we just what did we do? Oh, Chris, we went to the Halloween party Friday night at Chris's house.
Yeah.
And I won the costume contest with Ashley.
Was it a Halloween party or was it more of a birthday party?
It was a Halloween birthday.
Halloween slash
I would say
birthday.
for you, it was more of a Gabriel-esque show.
Look, don't be jealous that I'm secure with my sexuality. And I wore a Playboy bunny costume, and my wife went as Hugh Hefner.
Did not.
You know one of your testicles
You went
was
dressed
hanging out
up.
of that outfit, right?
You went dressed up as Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I mean, I had the tights on and everything. I fucking sold it, and I won.
No,
so.
No,
if
you had the
just-
lingerie
If
outfit
you'd have
on.
sold it, you'd have shaved your legs. You didn't commit.
Yeah, he was going the 70s style.
Yeah, exactly.
Just from somebody with like a painted toenail.
Exactly, full bush. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it was pretty standard week. Nothing really, sadly, nothing exciting going on. But hopefully we'll get a sale soon, and I can share that next week. So, Chris, how was your week, buddy?
It was good. Today is my wife's birthday.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Taylor.
Yep.
And we sang happy birthday to her Friday night.
That's true. We did.
Yeah, there you go.
Your brother-in-law is a fucking pyro, by the way.
Yeah, holy shit.
Well, not just him, his kid too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Yeah.
So
I haven't even checked out there. It may
Does he
still be
listen?
burning.
Does he listen to the podcast? Your brother?
I don't know. Maybe.
What's
Yeah,
the little
doubtful.
kid's name?
Liam.
Liam.
So we're over there Friday night, and I'm standing around the fire, and Liam comes over there with a damn branch he'd gotten from somewhere and starts sticking it in the fire and waving it around. And I told this kid twice, stop doing that. You know, you're like 6. Quit playing with fire.
You don't have the
He's
dad
not even
voice.
6.
Do what?
You don't
He's
have
not
the
even 6.
Whatever. I told him to quit, and he didn't. And then not even 30 seconds later, some ash or an ember flies up into his eye, and he starts crying. And I'm sitting there going,
I saw the aftermath of this. Can confirm.
I mean, that's the only way they're going to learn, though.
It's fair. Well, you just don't
Like
have the
with fire,
dad
though,
voice
we
though.
get
You gotta. It's there's just a different firmness to dad voice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got to come that. Hey! Stop it! No. That's why I go in that.
You don't move your jaw. You keep it real clenched.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You
so
gotta
it
keep your
helps
teeth
the
closed
vein
off.
pop out and everything, but you just get on your lips.
Yeah, it's just.
okay, so clench your teeth and don't enunciate. That's what
Exactly
it is.
what we're fucking saying.
Just like that.
But the best part is you can do the whisper yell, like when you're like at a restaurant or like church or something. You get in there real close. Don't fucking calm down. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've done that again here. Put that shit down now.
Abby will start acting up in a restaurant. I'll get real close. I will take your ass outside and wear it out. Cut it out.
Are you taking notes, by the way?
No, like at the house, like because like Huck's almost as big as Abby is now,
It's true.
It's fair.
and you know, at 4 months, like I'll start yelling at the dogs because they're doing something bad in the house, and he'll start crying. So
You're getting there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I do that with the dog, too. I'm like, I don't even say words.
Barley,
I just
you
make the
better
noise.
put that shit-
I'm
Dude,
like,
So
the
I
dog
just
like
kicked
cowers.
what we just did this morning, I can't remember. Oh, Abby was feeding the dogs, and then Barley comes running away, and he's got something in his mouth. I was like, what the fuck is that? And so I'm trying to grab him. He runs away. I was like, Abby, grab the dog. He's got something in his mouth. And as he goes under the couch with it, he dropped it. Abby and Ashley start screaming. It was a lizard, like a live lizard in his mouth. I mean, he was about to tear that thing up.
well, just let him do it.
No. So the lizard
Why?
runs across the room because I don't kill a lizard. They're helpful.
you
They-
would-
Circle of life.
Yeah,
man.
They eat
the
bugs.
The dog would do it.
They eat bugs. I like lizards.
Barley pretty much fucked him up anyways, probably.
No, he's good. Abby grabbed the lizard we put outside. We saved the lizard this morning.
They eat bugs.
No, he set him outside with
They do eat
like
bugs.
he set him outside with like 2 legs, and like now this bird's got him.
Whatever. I don't have to see it, and I don't have to clean up the blood afterwards. Chris, you got anything else to add to your week?
No, I think that's about it. No, really.
Yeah.
The birthday, the party, the football.
Foosball.
Yeah.
Auburn won.
Auburn won.
Not Auburn High School.
No, they lost to IMG Academy, but they went in the half up. So that
Them
was
dogs
nice.
are
They
still
were
number one.
winning going in the fourth quarter.
Were they really?
Oh,
I
and
didn't
the
know
Braves won last night too. Go Braves!
that. Congratulations.
Surprising.
It really kind
It
of is.
is. Yeah.
I've been a Braves fan for too long. It really is.
Like after
Yeah,
what
you know
we
better.
saw it, I saw it at the bottom of the
I
sixth.
like
It was
being an Auburn fan.
right?
2-0 Houston.
Yeah, they went like back-to-back home runs to win.
Yeah,
Some
it was
bullshit.
3-2 was the final score. But another game tonight, so woohoo! Go Braves!
Is that what you're doing tonight?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Courtney's working. I can watch baseball. Yeah.
And give out candy. Y'all have candy for kids?
Oh no, that porch light's going to be off.
You're such a dick.
Yeah, I leave mine off because they can't come around the house.
You don't have a porch light.
Not for another month and a half.
I will in 2 months. Suck it.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
happy.
yeah, you're
for
going
it.
to get ready to do that on a different date than us. They do trick or treating different days.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Opelika does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That just means
They
you can
did.
trick or treat twice.
Thursday, I think it was.
I thought it was
I
Friday.
think you're right. I
No,
think it was
it's
Thursday.
Thursday because Friday is a football game.
Oh yeah,
High school football
Respect the football.
game. Yeah.
All right,
Gotta
so-
respect the ball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then they know better to
Adam
do it on
Sandler.
Saturdays.
Anyway,
How was your week, Tucker? Sounds good.
I mean, it was good. Got to see some little crotch goblin burn his eye, so that was a great day.
I didn't have my sound up on that. That would have been funnier. You're lucky this time.
But
You
yeah,
got by.
That's it.
Nothing-
All right, we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just that was the highlight of your week, watching a child's eyeball get burned
Well,
by an
after I
emerald.
told that little bastard twice to stop, he deserved it.
That's terrible. That's my nephew.
Look
Don't
at
say that
him.
kind of
He's gonna
things.
laugh and then defend him.
Yeah, that's my nephew. Don't be saying that.
What you can't see is that Chris is over here shaking his head, agreeing with me.
I love those little shitheads.
You're contractually
I do.
obligated
I
to.
love those little shitheads. They'll piss me off at times, but I love the hell out of them.
So, would you have handled it any different, Chris?
What?
Would you have handled that?
No. The only thing I would say to him, I fucking told you. Fucking told you.
Well, as soon as
Instead of just laughing in the corner like Tucker did, you'd be like, "Hey, I told you,
No.
bro."
And then always, mom will always follow with this. Don't you cry either. You better stop
As
crying
soon
right
as,
now.
as soon as it happened, just as soon as it happened, Trey was standing right next to me, and we looked at each other, and like we had this moment, eyes connected. We both just grins popped up and started laughing, and we turned away. And just all right.
Yeah, he was being a pill the other night, so good on that fire for getting him.
Well, to be fair,
be fair.
he's a pill a lot of times. I mean, I do. He's a lot of fun, and he's a rambunctious little boy, but sometimes it can be much.
Yeah.
You mispronounced shithead.
I'm trying to be nice.
He's
unlike
fun. He is a fun little
Let's
kid.
just assume that they don't listen to the podcast and speak freely about them.
If they do, they're going to quit after this episode.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I never heard.
Hey, be ready, man, because this is boys for you. That's what they do. Like you can tell a boy, you'd be like, hey, don't touch those glasses. And they'll look at you like this and go, just like that. They'll
like
look straight
a
at you.
fucking cat.
Look, I guess parenting now is different from when I was a kid. Because if I wanted to do something
Whoop that
stupid
ass.
when I was a kid,
Oh, I will.
I would be told, don't do that. And then the next thing, I would get assistance doing it. And then when I got hurt, I fucking told you not to do that, didn't I?
No, I
You get a verbal warning. At least growing up, you get the verbal warning, and then you get the physical warning.
I told you
Of
all
a
this.
back-
No,
Yeah.
my granddad's attitude was, don't stick your finger in that light socket. And then I'm sitting there going, that fucker hands me a fork and lets me shock myself and goes, I fucking told you.
Oh shit! Speaking of that, y'all see these marks on my lips?
Oh, did Taylor punch you?
No. When I was a little kid, I crawled behind the TV and I bit the cord. Like, not the cable, like
Jesus.
the coax. I'm talking about the power cord. The power cord, yes.
Jesus
I
Christ.
crawled behind there and my lips just like busted wide open and like I was little though. But they had to take me to the hospital and
That
everything
explains
else. I
a
was
lot,
like,
actually.
It kind of does.
Wow.
I told you what my dad did to me when I was a kid, right? With the grades. Did I tell you about that? The report card?
Not that I remember.
Okay, I'll tell it anyway. I don't know if we told it before, but I'll tell it anyways again. So we were, one year we got report cards back, and my dad was friends with another kid, and this kid was like smart in school, made like all A's and all that.
Why was your dad friends with a kid?
Not the kid. He was friend with the dad.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he was friends with that dad, and I guess they were talking one day because he came to my dad's store, and he told him like, "Oh yeah, he made all A's," da, da, da. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he said, so he asked him whatever. Anyways, so my dad comes home, and he's like, this is like a Friday or so. He comes home, he said, y'all get anything from school? And my brother is like, I think my brother actually persuaded me on this, and if he's listening, he's going to disagree with me, but whatever. But he was still not persuade me not to say anything about our grade, about getting the report cards because he wanted to get through the weekend.
I think you've told me this story.
Yeah.
I don't think we told it on here though.
So we go that day or whatever, and Saturday comes around, and we live in Opelika, and Columbus is 30, 45 minutes away, right? So my dad's like, "Come on, boys, we're going to go to Toys R Us today, and you guys can pick out a toy." And so we get in the car, get all the way over there. Dad's like, "Y'all going to tell me about y'all's report card?" And we were like, "What?" He was like, y'all aren't going to tell me y'all got y'all's report card in? And we were like, I mean, we do. It's at home. We did good. And Dad was like, all right, well, we're going to go back home.
Straight savage.
Got all the way to the parking lot of Toys R Us and said, "Nah, fuck y'all."
That is savage.
I do appreciate that.
That is a level of commitment that I do not have. At least not yet.
I mean, damn. I mean,
how old were you?
Oh man, we were probably 11,
17?
12.
Oh, dick.
Yeah, probably.
Toys R Us, yes.
Toys R Us was the shit back in the day.
That's savage, man. All right, well, let's move on. We actually got a fan mail.
Are you ready for
Fan mail. Alrighty. Okay, actually, I got two. So, y'all remember the Epic of Shirley?
Yes.
So, the last email I sent her, I saw it, I know. The last email I sent her, it was talking about, I want to finalize our arrangement very quickly. I'm betting on our agreement so much that I've decided to quit my regular job. So, I think I said I might fall in love with her, right? Mm-hmm. So she wrote me back. She said, "Dear sir, thanks for your kind email. We are interested in purchasing high-quality products. We understood your business. If any possibility in future to cooperate, we will contact you. Thanks. Best regards, Shirley." Here's my reply. Shirley, my love. While we doesn't produce products exactly, we produce demand for products. Some of us even produce demand for services too, as I have outlined before. I think if you ever experienced our services, you would definitely demand more, or at least demand a towel. Our product is about products, don't you see? Look at us, classic us, arguing about silly nothings of life. We can work this out, but only if we're both committed. They say a relationship is 50-50, but really, it's 100-100, and I'm committed 100%. I look forward to making this relationship work. We can only do that through communication. The only way we can do that is through communication. I read somewhere once that they say humans only use 10% of their brains, but I think we only use 10% of our hearts. And I think we only, I've got my heart in this 100%, especially when I quit my job and my wife left me. So I kind of really need this to come through for me. Thanks, and look forward to hearing from you, all of our best guys. I haven't received anything back yet, though. I wonder why.
I think you got your initial breakup letter.
It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. All right, here we go. Second email we got is from Eric again. My review request part, I don't know, I stopped counting. Dear guys. Firstly, I want to apologize to Stephen, Trey, and Chris. I just straight refused to listen to your last episode because it was Tucker's episode, and no one gives a shit.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure you guys did your best to make up for his shitty work, but there's only so much you can do. Having not listened to that episode, I still feel confident that he bombed the show worse than he botches homicide cases at work. I mean, did y'all hear that a real detective had to do his job to catch Chris's cousin? I did look at that. I did look at what the episode's movie topic was and thought, holy shit. Of course he chooses a movie about a psycho killer that goes crazy with jealousy after watching his sister get dicked down by someone else. Should his brother-in-law have a reason to be worried? Maybe is that why he became a cop so he could figure out how to get away with it? It's like Dexter. Anyways, now that Spooktober is over and y'all are done with Halloween movie theme, when are y'all going to do my cigar review? I promise it won't be that bad. We'll all sit around and smoke, and Trey might throw up, Steven may gag a bit, and Chris may forget why he's there. Good,
all right.
Good times. We can all shit on Tucker and how he tanks your ratings. As always, your ever faithful listener, fellow tortured soul, and trailer hood rat that finally has internet again after stealing his neighbor's Wi-Fi password because the internet company won't take shrooms as payment.
You know, I think he gives Tucker too much credit, saying another detective found him. I'm pretty much sure the volunteer fire department found him.
Well, he was in a tree. His name's Squirrel.
Just nuts in his mouth.
That's probably why I got the name in jail.
Man. Okay, so moving on. Twitter. I did a Twitter poll last week. How many beers would you give Halloween? It was actually this one only got 4 votes, and each vote it was 25% for 0 to 1 beers, 25% for 2 to 3, 3 to 4, or 5+.
Is the Twitter poll still up?
No, it's closed now.
Damn. So one of each, huh?
One of each.
Yeah.
So. Also, just remember if you like to.
What we said.
Yeah, just about. If you want to join our little Twitter DM and share some memes and have some fun conversations with us, make fun of us in real time, you can do that. Just go to our Twitter page at @the_guysreviewpod. Nope, just the Guys Review. And like the tweet pinned at the top of the page.
You got too many of them out there with different names. That's why.
I
I mean,
know.
it's the same name,
It's
but
pretty
it's
much
just
the
like
same, yeah.
and whatever, so I can understand.
Yeah, so other than that, I don't think we have anything else. We'll get into the movie. Good to go?
Let's go.
Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing Back to the Future. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. He also did the sequels, Forrest Gump and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and a couple more. This is a pretty famous director.
Yeah.
It was also written by Robert Zemeckis and a guy named Bob Gale. It stars Michael The Bobs. It stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, Crispin Glover, and Thomas F. Wilson. It was released on July 3rd, 1985, even though it takes place on November 5th, 1985. It was made on a budget of $19 million, $48.4 million in today's money. Box office haul of $388 million, which is $991.2 in today's money.
So almost $1 billion.
So almost $1 billion.
And it has a
But it's
huge,
not $1 billion.
huge
Not quite.
cult
You know,
following.
the Bob that wrote this, though, had, before this movie,
The real
had
Bob or the fake Bob?
both Bobs. Well, because they worked together. They both went to school together.
Oh, I didn't know
that. California. And anyways, when they got out of school, they decided to do movies and all that. And the first 3 they did were just complete bombs. They bombed so bad until this movie came around.
Really?
Yep.
Good for
And this
them, though.
movie almost didn't happen.
Well, and so, it's also produced by Steven Spielberg. Mm-hmm. And so, when they were shooting it, or when they were making, at some point,
This was the second movie they did with Steven Spielberg.
what was the first one?
Can't remember, but it bombed.
Okay,
It was terrible.
there was they got a. I know they got. Did you know about the memo from the executive?
Which one?
So when they were shooting the film, when he in the scene where sorry to jump ahead, when he's wearing the suit and he shows up to his dad's house in the middle of the night and puts Van Halen on, and he says that he is Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. Originally, one of the executives sent a memo saying he shouldn't say this. He should say I'm a spaceman from Pluto, and they wanted to call the movie The Spaceman from Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Steven, and so apparently the Bobs didn't know how to respond, but I guess Spielberg, having been in the industry,
They didn't want to call it that. The Bobs didn't.
no.
They wanted to call it Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then the big executive
The executive said
no, Spaceman from Pluto.
And so Steven Spielberg sent a memo back saying,
Yeah.
we appreciate your hilarious memo. We think it's really funny. It gave us a big laugh here in the office. Keep them coming. And apparently whoever this
That was
executive
it. He
was,
stopped.
he was too proud to admit that he was serious about it. So
It's the same one that wanted Eric to play. Eric
Stoltz.
Yeah, to play,
Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ratings. IMDb gives it an 8.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 96%. Metacritic has it at 87%. Oh, I wrote this down. Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic scores were the same for Halloween as well. So Rotten Tomatoes had 96%. Metacritic had 87%.
Okay.
Kind of weird for such a crappy movie.
The other one was I Want to Hold Your Hand.
I've never even heard of that
I've
one.
heard of it. I've never seen it.
That was the movie that flopped.
All right, Google users. Who wants to go
94.
first?
I got 94.
94.
I'm going to go 95. I think it's that loved.
1.
95. On the nose.
No shit.
Price is right, bitch.
Yeah, you just got prices
I
right.
did. I just got prices right on that one.
All right. In the years since its release, Back to the Future has grown in esteem and is now considered to be one of the greatest films in the 1980s and one of the best loved science fiction films ever made. In 2007, the United States Library of Congress selected the film for preservation in the National Film Registry.
Well, fuck yeah, they did.
Yeah. And now this is kind of funny. I did not even know this. There's also been a musical written about Back to the Future. It was announced in 2014. It was written by the Bobs, Galen Zemeckis, and with music by Alan Silvestri, which I think he did the movie music as well.
Yeah.
It debuted at the Manchester Opera House in England in February of 2020 to positive critical reviews. Gale said the musical was the best way to give fans more Back to the Future without adding to the film series, which he said they will never do. Gale and Zemeckis still own the rights to Back to the Future, and they said they will never let anyone remake it, reboot it, or even do a fourth movie while they're alive.
I think even the cast is part of that too. They
Yeah.
said no.
Well, I read that what's his face, Christopher Lloyd, wanted to do a fourth one where they go to Rome, but
I think that's okay, but talking about doing a remake of
Yeah,
it
no, you
is
can't
where they have
reboot.
a problem.
Yeah.
I think they're okay with if you do other parts, but doing a remake, they're not.
yeah,
That's
first,
one of those movies you just leave alone.
yeah, first time you saw it. Anyone remember?
Oh, no.
I was a kid.
I mean,
I
yeah.
was like 5. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was 5 or 6, and my cousin actually rented it.
Yeah,
And so I watched it on VHS and fell in love with it.
same with me.
I mean, definitely VHS. I just don't know. when.
Dad's video store.
Yeah, Dad's video store.
Yeah.
It sounds
Had to
right.
be.
All right. Well, excuse me. Here we go. Getting into it.
So is it safe to say, like, now, the best part of the movie was when Michael J. Fox was fighting the aliens? Because you know he went to the future.
He went
came-
back to the future.
No, he
Back-
went to the future. Like, right?
Yeah.
That's how it went.
That's how it went. That's exactly what happened.
'Cause
I
I
mean-
don't watch Five Bear movies.
He went. He
That
went
was the
and,
second
He
movie.
went and fought the bugs on Planet P.
That's it. Yep. Him and Rico. I don't have it going for that one. All right, 1985. Marty McFly is a typical teenager living in Hill Valley, California. At home, Marty's meek father, George, is bullied by a supervisor, Biff Tannen. His mother, Lorraine, is a depressed alcoholic, and his older siblings are professional and social failures. Marty's band is then rejected at a music contest for being too loud. He confides in his girlfriend, Jennifer Parker, about fears of becoming losers like his parents despite his ambitions. That night, Marty meets his eccentric scientist friend, Emmett Doc Brown, in the Twin Pines Mall parking lot at 1:16 a.m. Doc unveils a time machine built from a modified DeLorean powered by plutonium he swindled from Libyan terrorists. Doc tests the DeLorean with his dog Einstein, sending him exactly 1 minute into the future and showing Marty some serious shit. After he proves it works, Doc inputs a destination of November 5th, 1955, the day he first conceived the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. Just then, the terrorists arrive unexpectedly, opening fire and shooting Doc. Marty flees into the DeLorean, inadvertently activating the flux capacitor, and when he reaches 88 miles per hour, he disappears into a fireball as the terrorists crash. First little bit. Pretty
First
quick.
little bit.
Yeah.
First little bit. All right. So, first of all, the theme song, I guess you want to call it for this movie, the Huey Lewis.
In time.
Well, that's Huey Lewis in the news, but I'm talking about The Power of Love, where he's,
Oh, yeah.
he's
It's just
skateboarding.
the power of love.
Yeah.
They actually contracted Huey Lewis to write and produce that song
Mm-hmm.
specifically for this movie. And
Have you seen the
Good
music
move.
video for it?
I haven't, but somebody said that
dun.
that like members of the band
Mm-hmm.
were actually judging the band.
Yeah,
That
the
little
band.
thing.
I don't know if the actual. I know Huey Lewis was.
He was one of them.
He was the one who said you're just too
Too
loud.
darn loud. Yeah,
you're too
I
darn
thought
loud.
the other two were members of the band as well.
Maybe it's possible. I just know it was definitely Huey. That was definitely Huey
Yeah,
Lewis.
I just thought that was a cool little
Yeah,
shout out, I guess.
little,
to Huey
meta.
Lewis. Yeah,
Little meta. Yeah, the music video for that song has Christopher Lloyd in it as Doc. He pulls up in they're playing in like a bar or something like that, and Doc pulls up in the DeLorean and gets out and basically just walks around. I mean, he's just there.
So you know it wasn't supposed to be in DeLorean originally,
it was supposed to be a
right?
Ford Mustang.
No.
No, it was.
Yeah,
It
well,
was-
well,
No,
at
no,
one
no, no,
point
no,
it
no, no.
that
was
was one of them.
Before that, it was supposed to be a refrigerator.
refrigerator.
It was supposed to be a refrigerator.
That would have been some Doctor Who type shit.
Well, and they switched it because
They switched it because the way to be able to move it around was not functional. So they switched it to No, they wanted one guy wanted Mustang. And the one of the Bob said, no, we're doing DeLorean because it looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
I can.
Well, I also read that they didn't want to do the refrigerator because they were afraid kids would
get trapped
get
inside.
trapped inside the refrigerators.
I can see that.
Which was then an idea recycled 30 years later in Indiana Jones. Did you see the last one, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
one time and I hated it.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bit where he survives a fucking nuclear bomb by getting in that's where that idea came from.
And speaking of nuclear bombs, it was supposed to have been the nuclear bomb that's supposed to power it up, not the flux capacitor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's hence the why the terrorist.
Did y'all know
It
that
comes after 'em.
if you go to O'Reilly Auto Parts website, you can, I can't remember the code, but you can type it in and it'll
And
pull
for
up a flux
flux
capacitor.
capacitor?
Yeah.
Wait, what is this?
If you go to O'Reilly Auto Parts website.
Oh, yeah,
there's a-
1.21 gigawatts.
There's a certain code you can type in
It's
on the search
1.21.
bar.
Yeah.
And it'll pull up a
Gigawatts
flux
or
capacitor,
gigawatts.
And it'll tell you this item is currently out of stock.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I like that.
God,
Question.
we gotta use that move on my wife next time she goes to taste her car to get fixed or something.
Tell her to search.
Get some
Make sure they flush out the flux capacitor. Okay.
Get the fluid in your flux capacitor changed. Okay.
Yeah.
Got to do that at least every other year.
I'd go blinker fluid.
So we're gonna do that to Ellie when she's old enough.
Oh, that works.
Send Ellie in to get some blinker fluid. So what would have happened if Einstein had not shown back up? Like, what if he sent Einstein into the future and just either A, he didn't ever show back up and the DeLorean's gone, or B, if he came back and he was just a puddle of goo.
You know, that's what shocked when they were doing the viewing of the movie. Everybody got shocked. Like
They didn't realize
stayed
this was
shocked
supposed to be a
'cause-
comedy
Well, not only that, the dog disappears and they're like,
because it
they
blows
killed
up.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They thought they had killed the dog, and then when the dog reappeared, it was just like, everybody was cheering and clapping.
Nobody gives a shit about people. We care more about dogs.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I guess the first time I saw it, because I was so young, that didn't register to me.
No.
The dog had just
Blown up.
vanished.
Vaporized.
Yeah. But while we're talking about the DeLorean real quick, that is one of the most iconic vehicles in film history. Would y'all agree with that? I mean, it's up there
Yeah, it's
with...
one of there.
It's up there with...
Ghostbusters
It's one-
Ecto
yeah,
1.
Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
Batmobile.
Millennium
Hey,
Falcon.
Original Keaton Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'd go back further than that.
At
I'd
the-
go back
the
to
Adam
the one,
West?
Adam
Yeah,
West.
Adam
That's
West.
fair. That's
But
fair.
I mean, it's one of
Oldsmobile.
it's its own character.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that car and it is its own character.
You can to this
Or
day
the
still,
National Lampoon's station wagon.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
not, I would agree with you on that.
you can still buy. They make DeLorean conversion kits still to this day that you can buy to make your DeLorean look like the Back to the Future DeLorean.
And you know, DMC, which is the motor company that made DeLorean.
I thought it was GMC.
No, D.
For defunct.
Well, they're,
pretty
but
much.
they've actually gotten some revitalized here
Oh,
in
yeah.
the last few years because they're not making new DeLoreans, but you can take and basically restore old ones
Mm-hmm.
and put like a bigger motor and supercharge it and shit like that. And they're actually because they were surprisingly underpowered when they came out.
I will never forget my brother.
As in they couldn't get 88 miles per hour.
I mean,
They're heavy
that's
as
like
shit.
top end. Well, they're stainless.
Yeah, stainless steel. When my brother turned 16, he was dating this girl, and her dad had a DeLorean. And for some fucking dumbass reason, let my brother drive it on his 16th birthday. Now, he didn't crash or anything like that, but I'll never forget. He comes rolling up in this DeLorean. I got to sit in one. He didn't even take me for a fucking ride, but he let me sit in it.
Yeah.
It's about the nicest he was ever to me when we were that age. So, okay,
Well, here's how. I'm trying to find it.
you're fine. While you're looking up, let me ask you this: if you had a time machine, if you had a DeLorean time travel machine, where would you go and why?
Oh, I'm doing what Michael J. Fox did. I'm going and getting all the lottery numbers for the next 20 years.
It's fair. Okay, let me
Get into like butterfly effect kind of shit. I don't-
yeah, let me bracket this. If you could go to the past, where would you go and why?
In the past.
That's a good one.
Woodstock, baby.
Now let me throw this also out there. The whole concept for this movie was conceived because basically the Bobs said one of them saw a picture of their parents in like high school, and basically they thought, man, would I be friends with my parents if
Yeah.
I could go back in time and we were the same age and hang out? Would we be friends? That's where the concept of this movie came from. So I asked where you would go back in time, but also
Yeah,
I'd
so
ask you.
He found an old high school yearbook when we went back home. Of
Yeah.
His dad.
So on top of that question, like, because me, I would love to go back to like, I don't know. I mean, I guess privilege here. I mean, we being white guys can go back to any time, and we're pretty safe, you know. So we can go back to Roman times or
Well, they
fairly safe.
Here's what I would like to do. I would like to go back and watch Joan of Arc being burned because nobody likes witches.
Oh, that's fucking dark, dude.
I actually thought about going back to see. This sounds terrible. I mean, I am Christian, but I would like to go back and see like
Jesus on the cross.
no. Well, yeah, but just see if he's real. Like, see, you know, if it's you know,
I would go on the night where he turned the water into wine instead of like seeing him like up on
fucking
the cross.
party, be like, "What's up? Yeah." Oh, I didn't know.
I'm still sticking with
No laws when you're drinking
Wine.
Cross.
I'm still going with Woodstock.
Oh, that'd be killer.
I mean,
That's fair.
Woodstock would be good.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and a bunch of hippie chicks you can fuck.
But you've already lived it once, Chris.
Yeah,
That's true.
But the problem is like hippie chicks don't smell good most of the time,
Doesn't matter.
and then like you take away like the ability to shower.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you get super high and
It's before AIDS.
I don't know. I think
Is it before
this is
AIDS or
going to sound
it
really, really
before
bad.
AIDS?
when they didn't
Not
know
bad.
what it was killing these people?
No, it was before
it
AIDS.
was before AIDS.
I would go back to I'd go back to when
I'm going
Carroll
with that.
Shelby was working with Ford Motor Company and they won Le Mans.
What? Try to get a job?
Lame.
Work with Carroll Shelby? Fuck
Lame.
So you go back in time to work. You fucking lame ass.
yeah. With Carroll Shelby.
Like, you wouldn't go back and see, like,
You don't even do your job now when it's easy.
You wouldn't go back to see if, like, JFK...
I'd be the driver.
Wait, hold on. You wouldn't go back to see if JFK gets shot and just check out the grassy knoll You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd be doing shit like
Well, there's-
that. Like,
there's no-
I'm gonna watch that grassy knoll to
there's-
see if there really was
I like,
somebody.
I like Woodstock, and I like the idea of like,
Ooh, Area 50, Roswell.
Roswell would be
crash.
cool.
That'd
You
Yeah.
can't get in there.
you could then.
you couldn't.
It wasn't a secret.
Roswell, you could.
You couldn't. They took a certain flight. You had to have the pass. You had to work there to get on the plane to go fly there.
Not before the crash.
Roswell, not Area 51.
Oh, Roswell.
America's butthole.
All right. So,
According to Dan
I thought
Cummins.
that was Tuskegee.
No.
so here's the thing. You say it was before AIDS. It really wasn't, probably.
Well, maybe.
No. was.
Because it was originally like first reported as like a weird pneumonia in gay men in 1981. So like
AIDS didn't come around till Magic Johnson got it.
Oh,
He's the one that
Jesus
started
Christ.
it all.
Plus, I mean, you're talking Woodstock was what? That was 69. It's Summer of Love.
I get it, but I mean like they just didn't know what it was.
In 80s, in the late 70s, early 80s.
Nobody was hooking up with monkeys back then.
There's always
COVIDs.
there's always somebody like fucking an animal. Just know that.
Anyway, next
Throughout
part of the
history.
movie.
All right. Okay, so we got y'all never asked another question. Do you think if
Yeah,
you
we
went back in
did.
time? No, I know we discussed where you go back in time. You want to get AIDS from monkeys. We get it, Tucker. But do you think if you went back in time to like when your parents were, you know, well, I don't know, man. I don't know if I wanted to go meet my parents at 39. I was 3 years old, so I don't know if I'd hang out with my parents then. But like, if you could go, if you could be,
if you could be 18 and hang out with like 18-year-old your dad.
yes,
I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
I would do it to see what my dad was like.
I would too.
Yeah, but then that changes your
People
whole
would-
perception of your dad.
People would mistake
Does it
us for
though?
twins.
Yeah.
Why
Because
do
he
you-
may be like this complete, like, you don't know, he may have been like a complete douche. I wouldn't want my kids to meet me in my 20s. Fuck no.
I guess you do
He
have
has
your
a- he
parents
has a
on a
point.
bit of a pedestal.
He has a point because I mean, think about how big of dicks we were in college. Would you want? would you want your daughter to hang out with 22-year-old you?
But see, this is different though. I don't have a daughter.
Seriously, if she was if Abby was old enough,
Yeah.
would you want?
Are you
But the
are you
idea is
trying to
still
insinuate
there.
I would try
Yeah,
to
but like, how can I
sleep
know?
with her?
No, I'm not trying to insinuate that. I'm saying
No, I think really and honestly, I maybe I have too high of opinion of myself, and other people who knew me at 22 would say differently. But I think I was fun to be around. I mean, was I the most what?
Nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean, would you really want your daughter to see you dressed all out in the Matrix and shit?
First of all, I didn't dress like that when I was 22, dick.
Yes, you did.
Second of all, I mean,
I can see it.
don't get me wrong. I mean, at 22, I was
Watching Matrix.
he was dreaming about robot legs.
probably the third movie came out, so I probably was watching The Matrix, but I wasn't wearing the damn.
You had your hair slicked back and everything. You
Did
know you
not.
did.
I had the.
You know you did.
I had the mid 2000s spiky hair, like everyone.
I don't
did.
know
At
anything about
22,
that.
Tucker, did you have the nipple rings?
That's what he doesn't want his kid to see, nipple rings. No, I mean, I wasn't. I was drinking a lot. I mean, I was in college, so of course, we were binge drinking every weekend. But I mean, I don't.
What if you found out your dad was like just a huge douchebag back then, and just like
then-
when you
then-
meet,
then
when
you get over it.
when you
I mean,
finally
like,
meet
'cause-
your dad, and you're like, "Oh, this is my dad," and he's like, "You fucking loser," you know what I mean? Like you don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I don't think my dad is my dad is famously quiet and like a wallflower. My mom was always the social one, so they go to parties, and he's kind of in a corner by himself. And mom's,
Work in the room,
yeah,
giving handies.
probably got to keep friends somehow. But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want to?
Nah, I wouldn't want to.
Would you want to?
I think it'd be cool.
It's fair.
I think it would distort the image of my dad to me.
It's fair. Do you have?
Tucker, were your parents high school sweethearts?
No, my dad's several years older.
Okay. So he was that guy hanging out at the high school parties?
That's why.
I'm just trying to figure out when he
that's
started
why
hanging-
Tucker wants to go back. He wants a chance to hang out at high school
Famous
parties.
line, all the girls stay the same age.
All right.
All right.
All right. Arriving in 1955, Marty crashes into Old Man Peabody's barn. After being mistaken for an alien, Marty escapes driving over one of his beloved pine trees. Marty discovers he has no plutonium for a return in 1985. While exploring the burgeoning hill valley, Marty encounters his teenage father and discovers Biff has been bullying him since high school. While spying on the teenage Lorraine, George falls into the path of an oncoming car, and Marty is then knocked unconscious while saving him. He wakes to find himself tended to by Lorraine, who becomes infatuated with him just like in Tucker's dreams.
But just think, though, like, butterfly effect. He changed the entire course of everything.
By almost fucking his own mom.
Well, but I mean, like, they
Just like in
met
Tucker's
because, like, Dad hit him with a car because he fell out of the tree.
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to hit
Yeah,
Marty's
George.
dad.
Yeah, he's supposed to hit George.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the story was, like, that's how they met.
Well, this is a little, I guess, getting ahead a little bit. But did you notice when he ran over the tree at Peabody's farm at the end of the movie? It changed
Well,
it to.
yeah, I got
Okay.
me.
It's 1985. If you haven't seen this movie yet, well, I can't fucking help you.
No,
You're
it's
fair.
2021.
That's a fair point. There's no spoilers. Like,
I know,
this
right?
Long.
Marty then tracks down a younger Doc and convinces him he is from the future. But Doc explains that the only source available, the only plutonium source available, or the only source of energy available in 1955, capable of generating that kind of power
1.21 gigawatts.
required for time travel, is a bolt of lightning. Marty then shows Doc a flyer from the future that documents an upcoming lightning strike at the town's courthouse, and with it being 1955, the same day that Chris lost his virginity.
Fair.
Yep.
Wait, he made it that long?
He was 74 at the
I
time.
appreciate y'all thinking I'm such a stud.
Marty then sees that his siblings have begun to fade from a photo that he is carrying with him. The Doc realizes that Marty's actions are altering the future and jeopardizing his very existence. Great Scott! Okay. Lorraine was supposed to
Didn't
meet
have
George.
time for sound bites, huh?
I'm
Well,
not sure we can do sound
I don't know.
bites.
That's the thing. I'm still trying to get
You're just
clarification.
gonna
Yeah.
Copyright stuff.
I'm trying to clarify what we can and can't do. Honestly, I
Clarify.
still don't know.
Here's the thing. How about we don't worry about it until we have 1,000 followers?
That's fair,
Because at that point, then you can monetize, and then we'll do it going forward.
Maybe that's not a bad idea.
we will never have 1,000.
Lorraine
Now
was
let's pay 1,000 people.
Lorraine was supposed to meet George instead of Marty after the car accident. The pair try to get Lorraine interested in George, but they fail. And Lorraine's infatuation with Marty deepens. This is heavy. See, there it is again. No soundbite.
Why are things so heavy in the future?
Lorraine asks Marty to the school dance. He plots to feign inappropriate advances on Lorraine, allowing George to intervene and quote-unquote rescue her. But the plan goes awry when Biff's gang locks Marty in the trunk of the performing band's car, while Biff forces himself onto Lorraine. Nothing like a little rape to get things going, right?
Right.
George arrives expecting to find Marty, but is attacked by Biff. After Biff hurts Lorraine, an enraged George knocks him unconscious and escorts the grateful Lorraine to the dance, picking up her panties on the way. Anyone? Okay. The band frees Marty from the car, but the lead guitarist injures his hand in the process. Marty takes his place, and during his playing of Earth Angel, all of his siblings in the picture have disappeared, and Marty starts to fade away. When George and Lorraine finally share their first kiss, bringing back Marty and his siblings. After a rousing performance of Johnny Be Good, and with his future no longer in jeopardy, Marty heads to the courthouse to meet Doc.
You said arousing.
So
true, yeah.
there's a lot to unpack there, but would you guys want to go back to the 50s and go to one of those old school diners and just hang out?
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
That'd be awesome.
How awesome would that be? Seeing the hoop skirts and
Go to a
nobody's-
sock hop.
Nobody's wearing jeans. Like, we're all wearing jeans and T-shirts right now, and there's nothing wrong with that, but everybody back then was dressing up in slacks and nice shoes and sweaters.
I think I've told you, I found some pictures of my parents when they were married, they got married in the later 60s. And they would have these parties at their house, and literally, there's pictures. Everyone's smoking inside. They had a keg inside. Everyone's smoking inside, but they're all all the women are in formal dresses, like the white gloves. All the guys are in suit and tie, just hanging out partying. There's just a whole different vibe.
If you go back then, how long would you stay back there? Just a day, 2 days, 3 days?
I don't know, because have y'all watched Mad Men?
Of course, fucking awesome.
I mean,
love Mad Men.
Part of
Absolutely.
an episode.
Oh, it's incredible.
You've never watched all of Mad Men?
No, it didn't hold my attention.
I'll say this: when we first
how long
started
would you
it,
stay, though?
Give it a couple episodes.
yeah.
That's way too long.
That's like
I
2
mean,
hours.
I'd like to. I mean, it really depends, I guess. I mean, would
I
I?
could spend a week in 1955.
Okay, now here's my question with that. How would you pay for shit? Food and all that.
It's fair.
With a dollar bill.
But that dollar bill is going to be...
From 2020.
I'm
Maybe.
going to assume that the George Washington dollar bill may pass.
Yeah, but I mean,
like
if
an
it
updated
says-
20 wouldn't.
No.
If
Yeah.
it says Series 2012 on there back in 1955, they're going to go, well, this is fake.
Maybe.
So you would have
If
to
they
go-
look that close.
You would
what
have
about,
to, you would have
how
to go
the quarters
to.
look now?
We're in Alabama. Think about Auburn, 1955.
But I mean,
it's going to be a much more rural feel,
Oh, yeah.
lower educated kind of people.
super country.
But
Yeah.
you could go to the bank and ask for older bills. I mean,
Can you do that?
Just strong arm.
Before you go back in
somebody.
town?
So yeah.
And here's the thing,
You can't do it
You
from
just
the future.
So you make-
take a
you make-
defunct
you make-
iPhone and just sell it to Steve Jobs.
you make 2 stops. You go all the way back to 1948, 47.
Rob a bank.
Rob somebody, and then you jump to 1955, and there's the money.
There you
Problem
go.
solved.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You could just go to 1955, rob somebody, and then get away in a car that goes 88 miles an hour, whereas everything else is probably going 55.
It's not wrong either.
Eh.
Any of y'all ever?
And they're not going to get you because they got to call ahead to get somebody. There's no radio working.
None of y'all ever? I mean, we kind of covered this the other week. None of y'all ever been a peeping Tom, right?
No.
That's sort of my thing.
Peeping Tom.
Spying on the girl through the window.
Is it fine if they leave the blinds open? And you're out on a walk and you just see it?
I mean, yeah, we used
It's
to have
happened to me before.
We used to
Yeah.
have an older girl that lived next door to us, and we used to watch her in the backyard whenever she'd go sunbathe outside.
Nice. Naked?
No,
Oh.
bathing suit
When was this?
in the 90s.
I didn't know if this was something recent where you're looking over
No.
the fence in your backyard now.
This is going to be the most 90s thing I've probably ever said. At my old house when I was growing up, I was out rollerblading one time. It's a true story.
Did you have a fanny pack on?
I did not have a fanny pack on.
Because that creates a whole different image.
Yeah, no, I did not have a fanny pack. I might have had the trench coat, but I did not have a fanny pack.
Frosted tips, the trench coat, and
No.
a fanny pack.
Negative. But I did. I was just.
my coin purse in here.
I was out skating around in my little neighborhood here, and I was going by my neighbor's house, and I look up to the window, and I see my neighbor. She kind of sat up, and she was naked, and she was kind of doing one of the she was rocking like she was on top of someone.
Nice.
So I was like, "Holy shit!"
You stood there and
and
watched.
that was when he face planted.
And then I fell down.
Don't lie. You
Kickstand.
stood there and watched.
I kept skating around, but I did keep watching.
Yes.
Until she laid back down. So yeah, that was fun. Okay. First kiss.
Shit.
Anyone remember?
Shit.
Anyone?
Oh, I was in junior high.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 12, 13.
I was in junior high, and this one girl in the class next door liked me, and this one girl was in class with me, and she knew that the other girl liked me, and so she was like, "You want me to get the girl to stop liking you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so when we walked in the hallway, she just like planted a kiss on me right there.
Did it make the other girl stop liking you?
No,
No, yeah.
that never works.
No, it doesn't. It's jealousy.
Yeah.
Do you
Makes
remember?
It makes them like you more.
Junior high school dance.
Nice.
Were you getting a little bit handsy afterwards?
I was not.
You weren't finger blasting yet?
No.
I kissed a girl under the teacher's desk in first grade during nap time. And this same girl actually got in trouble because on the playground we were sitting behind a tree and she was sitting in my lap. I'd also like to preface this with we both had older siblings, and I think if I remember correctly, I
It's the
think
first grade, your balls haven't dropped yet.
they dated. I think I got some ideas from that, or my brother probably watching something I probably shouldn't have seen. At that
Walking in
age.
while your brother's watching porn?
I don't know if it was porn because I mean it was the '80s, so I don't think he at 13 could get like my dad didn't
High
have
quality porn.
Yeah, my dad, I don't remember at least. My dad never had Playboys, not that I ever found at least.
Yeah.
So,
How hard did you look, though?
I mean, I went through their closets and shit.
Probably just had it on the top shelf.
Probably.
Couldn't reach it.
You still can't reach it.
Those
Fuck you.
those little hobbit arms.
Assholes. And I didn't realize this until I was watching it again. The flyer thing, the flyer bit where here's a flyer,
Yeah.
that is totally a precursor to part 2 with the sports almanac. Going to the future and bringing something to the past for future benefit.
Yeah. I see what you're getting at now.
See?
Yeah.
Definitely a seed planted there for the second movie.
So there's a lot of problems with the whole continuity thing and getting off on different timelines and stuff like that with the movie. But all that being said, it is fun to just watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It would be if it wasn't a 5-year movie.
It's fun to
why do we
watch
invite
because
him?
there is a lot of Easter eggs in this movie.
Like,
And there's product placement all over this.
But we
thing.
haven't gotten to one of them yet.
well,
Towards the end of it.
so at the very beginning,
Wait, you mean like the Pepsi? Like
Well,
I think
hold on.
I think this is one of the first movies that I can remember seeing when I was younger and going, just noticing and recognizing and realizing the advertisement value and the product placement of these things, because you've got the Pepsis and the cars and everything else.
So
the
that brings
GM's,
us-
the car wasn't a product placement.
That brings us back to that, though. Because I don't think you went over... Did you go over how much the movie cost and how much they made?
Yeah, I
Off
did.
the movie?
If you
Yeah.
didn't listen.
No.
Budget of
almost like $1 billion in today's money.
a budget of 19, and it made 388 million.
Okay.
and
So-
that's all 85.
So originally it was $12 million that they had for the movie. And speaking of product placement, you just wonder, like, because when they came with this idea, you got the two Bobs who had total flops before this movie. I mean, all their movies were flops except for Romancing the Stones that one of the Bobs did right before it.
I think that was Zemeckis.
It'd have to be.
Well, he's
Bob
the
Gale.
director, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have them that had nothing but flops. They come into this. They get one of the, originally it was supposed to have been Eric that was supposed to have done the movie.
Stoltz.
Yeah.
Yep.
They come in there, they say, hey, we're going to need $18 million to do this movie. The producers and all, the executives said, no, you only get $12 million. You got to get rid of all this stuff right here in order to make the movie. You just kind of wonder, how much were they getting for product placement? The fact that they said, okay, with the name of the actor, it later on became Michael J. Fox, but with that too, did they just sit there and say, this is probably going to be a shitty movie, but it can make enough to make money back from it?
Yeah. Break even.
Break even.
Because the thing is, like, if you don't lose money, you can keep making a movie.
Yeah, and it's one that
Yeah.
maybe that they can also,
And they actually
the DeLorean and stuff like that they can sell like kids' toys and all that possibly from that. I wonder like how much of this movie was just like a wash. Like they just thought this movie was just going to be a big wash.
I don't know.
Well, they actually planned on shooting this. There's supposed to be 3 parts from the get-go. They filmed this to be a trilogy, and you see this in the second movie. This franchise made legal history or legal precedent for likeness rights because Crispin Glover, who is the dad, didn't want to come back
What?
for this. He didn't.
Crispin Glover,
He didn't want
He's
to
so
come back.
weird.
He didn't want to come back for the second movie,
Yeah.
or they wanted
No.
too much money or something.
No, he didn't want to come back.
So
they probably didn't want him back. He's weird as shit.
He was weird as fuck.
well, but
They say he was weird as shit on
but-
set.
So what they did was they went and got a look-alike, and they put the
Prosthetics.
makeup and prosthetics. And Crispin Glover sued
And won.
And won.
I'll say this.
Understandable.
I read this that actually I don't think it was originally written to be continued because, and again, this is kind of jumping ahead, but who cares? In in the end, when they go to the future
Yeah.
for their kids, the girlfriend Jennifer goes with them, and they basically said, well, that's why we knocked her out at the very beginning of part 2 because they didn't want Jennifer with him. He said, if we knew when we wrote the original one that we were going to do a second one, we wouldn't have taken Jennifer with us into the future.
Yeah, so it was supposed to end. I think the reason why they also did a second one was because the original ending was that he was going to go to the future, and there was going to be a future world where everything has changed because of the
His
outcome of that,
actions.
because of those actions.
Well, and
but then the executive said, no, back to 1985. That's it. And so that's what, and they didn't want to invest more money into this movie
Until they knew it was gonna be successful.
I think that's why they did the whole future one, was because it was supposed to represent the state fair from that future state fair that they used to do, like in
Tomorrowland kind of thing.
No. They did they would do like a
Future
year-long
Expo.
thing. Yeah. Oh God, it's like a worldwide where everyone comes and
Like the World's Fair?
World's Fair. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But that was their whole idea behind it, was that
I got
it's supposed
World's
to-
Wide, but I couldn't put fair with it.
They're supposed to be putting like ideas of that as into it and all that, and then like I think they probably end up making it a trilogy or a second part because of that reason.
Okay, that's fair.
So, side note, and this is fairly important to me. Do you think romancing the stone is a good term for masturbating?
Yes,
I mean,
I think so.
I'm
It works-
going to
it
adopt
works.
it.
It works for men and women too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to adopt it.
Yeah, that's a good
I guess for women it'd be more
you
like
should-
romancing the pebble.
romancing the bean.
you should put that on Urban Dictionary.
Romancing the stone?
Romancing the
You
stone.
should put it on Urban Dictionary.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Probably not.
I think I've seen it one time. I know it's got Michael
I saw it back in the
Douglas.
day. Yeah,
Yeah, and like some famous woman.
and for
who's
some reason, like it's not even a good movie.
not very attractive.
It's not a good movie at all.
Yeah.
And then
I'm-
it made
I'm not trusting your take on someone who's attractive or not in 80s movies anymore.
Why?
After you turn down Susan Sarandon and Rocky Horror,
I would hit
Hold
her
on,
with
wait.
a rock.
but then you you thumbs up fucking Jamie Lee Curtis, who looks like an older version of Charlie Bucket in Halloween.
Didn't he
Wait.
thumbs up the girl from
whoa,
Labyrinth?
whoa! Did
I
you?
think he did.
He
actually.
did.
say
Thumbs
that?
up the girl from Labyrinth, so he's got good taste
Yeah,
there.
Jennifer Connelly. Like I did not thumbs up Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a thumbs down. Susan Sarandon's thumbs down. They both have dicks.
I think you said Alyssa Milano, right? Didn't you say she was
Hot?
Yeah.
Susan
Not very
Sarandon,
smart,
1975 Susan Sarandon was
Pretty hot.
pretty hot.
Yes, she was.
Susan Sarandon now?
No.
Not even a little bit.
No, her eyes are too far apart. I think she has an extra chromosome.
Oh man.
Okay.
You think they again? And I mean, we've talked about this kind of before. With Marty's planned sexual assault on Lorraine, do you think they can make this movie today? I mean, never mind, they're not going to. But I mean, that's obviously
they
that's
could.
a problematic part of this movie.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't gotten more.
What? Next thing you're gonna tell me they can't
No.
make a movie about Oedipus?
I think they could still do this movie nowadays. You can still have
to
that.
change. They'd have to change that.
Have a huge female
I
following.
don't think so.
Well, because the hashtag Me Too movement, yeah, they would have to change that.
But
I
somebody
don't
steps
think
in and
they
stops
have
it. She kicks the shit out of him, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't.
No,
No, but
Yeah.
someone
In the
else
car,
does.
she does. She kicks the hell out. But he still
Well,
keeps
she's
coming at
fighting
her.
him, yeah, and then he closes the door. I mean, when George opens the door, if you watch, he turns around and he starts talking, and he pulls his hand from under her skirt. I mean, it's like
I don't
straight-
think the Me Too movement would have a problem with this. Mainly because it's the fact that it does show.
And this movie's
It
not
doesn't
similar to The
glorify it.
Accused.
It
you
does
know,
show
where,
that
like Jodie
people-
Foster gets raped on a pinball machine. Like
I think
that's
this
the
would more or
premise of the
less
movie.
help the Me Too movement than it would hurt.
It's fair. I mean, you're right. It doesn't glorify. I mean, the plan is not a good plan.
If he got away with it and started bragging about it and everything else,
Then
you
it
know,
was a good plan.
Then yeah. but then it may hurt the Me Too movement. But the
Trey's like
fact-
taking notes.
the fact that she fights back
Have
and then somebody's
lookouts.
there to save and stop the day, I think that would help the Me Too movement.
You know, I will say this about your going back to the 50s and hoop skirts. They wore all that shit under there. It'd be hard to get to it. And I don't think they shaved back then either. I mean, they went full bush.
Yeah, you might be right. So you teach them a new style.
There you go. Hey, babe, try this out.
Mohawk.
Little
Let-
teach them a little grooming.
Let go of Chewbacca from that leg hole, and she'd be like, "What's a Chewbacca?" Never mind. Don't worry about it. You'll figure that out in about 20 years.
Damn, that's a whole Ewok village down there.
So you got to the part where he played Johnny B. Good, right?
Yes.
Trying to be good.
We're down in past the New Orleans. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I cannot,
exactly the same. I
cannot
couldn't
re-
tell the difference.
I know, right?
can't
Did you think it was a
remember-
clip?
I don't think he was singing, but I think he
No, he
actually
wasn't.
learned how to play the guitar for that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think I read somewhere that he actually learned how to play guitar for that scene. He wanted to do that. He wanted it to be
Well,
Authentic.
Well, he had to
Authentic.
learn how to play it, for the beginning part too.
For the one chord that he hit, and blows him backwards.
yeah. Well, then he had the Battle of the Band scene too, where he's
That's
playing
right,
for a
yeah,
second.
right.
So
Little air banjo.
You gotta give him a lot of.
But then
you gotta give Michael J. Love credit for this movie.
oh, absolutely.
I mean, he was
Hang on,
doing.
wait for it.
He was doing. No,
Wait
he
for
was
it.
doing.
Are you about to
during
make
the day.
Are you about to make a
No.
Parkinson's joke?
No, but I got a good one for you. I got a really good one.
If he can hold on to it.
I got a really good.
Oh,
No, I was at this comedy club one time, and this comedian was talking about eating peppers. And he said, "Man, he was like that shit was so hot. That shit was so hot. It had me shaking worse than Michael J. Fox."
Jesus Christ.
That's a good one. Anyways,
man.
but for him to be doing Family Ties during the daytime,
Yep.
and then leaving like late at night or late in the evening and all, getting there to start recording the night scenes and all, to pull it all the way over into the daytime to record early in the morning
Family
the
Ties.
scenes, and then getting back to do Family Ties.
yeah. Didn't they say he was getting like 3 hours of sleep?
Something
a
like
night?
that.
Yeah, you had to
He was-
sleep in the car right over there.
That
Yeah.
may have been what it was. He was averaging like 3 hours of sleep for like 45 days.
But with him being that young, though, it's okay.
Yeah, he
I mean,
survived.
you're that young. You can
Who
do
knows
that.
what his payday was, and never mind residuals. I mean, like,
I mean, he held up the script. They said this is how they went to him with it. They said, Michael, he sat down and said, "Do you want to do this movie?" He picks up the script from that, and he
Shake
picks up the script from Family Ties, shakes it, and he said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
I don't understand what's the.
Because the show is just so dense. Like,
Yeah.
it's all dialogue. It's,
okay.
That's fair.
Wow.
It was just so much easier. He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." Just shakes the script and says,
Think about that though. That kind of ties back into what we're talking
"Family
about. with
Ties
ti-
it in."
But this whole this thing of time
There it
travel
is.
is like that's how you make a decision that has impacted his life in such a huge way. I mean, this is one of his. It's a defining movie
It's
for him.
iconic.
It's iconic.
It's
It
iconic.
absolutely is. And that's how you make the decision. You go, yeah, sure, why not?
Think about this. It was what was it? 6 weeks into the
Filming,
movie,
yeah.
filming 6 weeks in the movie, and they said, "Hey, we got to start all over." The cast was pissed off. Like
Some of the wide
The-
shots in the opening.
well,
The,
it comes down to point. Was it Eric or was it Michael J. Fox that punched Biff?
Oh, that's right.
Which one was it?
No, it was Eric was. Why were they? Which part was it where they were fighting? Where they were scuffling? Was it?
It was in the diner when he punches him. Before
Oh, that's
he takes
right.
off running.
So yeah, and apparently the guy who was playing Biff was getting pissed off because Eric Stoltz he played this method like he wanted to be referred to as Marty,
he took it too serious.
way too serious.
Like he was trying to make this not a comedy but more of a drama.
And so when they were in the diner and almost getting into a fight, apparently Eric Stoltz kept like really grabbing Thomas F. Wilson and was pissing him off. And Wilson was looking forward to the scene where he pulls where doesn't Biff punch Marty or is that George?
Marty punches Biff in the diner.
Yeah, but then Biff gets him back.
Biff punches Marty when he pulls him out of the car.
Out of the
Punches
car, yeah.
Like sucker punches him in the stomach.
And so Biff, the actor Thomas F. Wilson said, "I was looking forward to that because I wanted to punch him back. I wanted to get my revenge on him."
But then they
fired him.
The scene in the diner where the punch happens, though, nobody still knows who was it that punched Biff in
What do
that
you-
scene. The scene that makes the film, right?
When
what are you talking about? That was Michael J. Fox.
No, they don't know
what are you talking about?
because they already recorded with Eric hitting them.
Oh, you're saying you can't tell which one it is.
You don't know. Nobody knows.
Oh, which take they used?
Yeah, nobody knows.
I don't
Looks
know.
like Michael
No,
J.
they
Fox
don't
to
even
me.
know if Michael J. Fox actually recorded that part.
Well, I'm sure somebody knows.
Because there's several scenes. They actually did use several scenes with Eric still in it.
Yeah, well, like the night shots in the Twin Pines Mall before he goes Back to the Future. They said some of the wide shots are of Eric Stoltz, not
Oh.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Because they were on
okay.
such a time restriction. Like I said, they put them 6 weeks behind.
Yeah,
And the people they hated, the part that won them over was the first night that they were recording at the Twin Pine Malls.
Mm-hmm.
And when Michael J. Fox came out and said his line, they said, "That's it." They were all for it. They were like, "This is going to be great now."
yeah.
Hey, I'm sending y'all something.
Tacos.
No, on your
Damn it.
phones. Chris, check your paperweight. It's for after this, but just make sure you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
It's a YouTube video.
It is.
Why
We don't need to play this live.
Why are you sending midget porn?
Well, it's not midget porn.
It's not loading.
Can
either.
you imagine how different this movie
Blame it on
would
Tuck
be?
Your Shitty Internet.
All right, here we go.
Can you imagine
If Eric did it?
Can you imagine how different this movie would be if you had Eric Stoltz doing this instead of Michael J. Fox?
And
don't
trying to
think
make
it
it
would've-
serious.
It would not be the same movie.
Well, I
it
still
would be.
don't know who Eric Stoltz is, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fair. too.
Mask? Some kind of wonderful?
The Mask, as in like Jim
No, not the
Carrey's,
Jim
like-
Carrey.
No,
We're talking about
Mask.
Cher.
It's
Yeah,
the guy with the deformed face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Anaconda.
With Some Kind of
He was
Wonderful?
in Pulp Fiction. He was in
Pulp
Fast
Fiction.
Times.
You seen that, right?
He was
You
in
remember Pulp Fiction?
Oh.
The drug
Butterfly
dealer.
Effect.
Okay,
That's Eric.
all right.
Who was he in Pulp Fiction?
He was a drug dealer.
Yep, he was in Jerry Maguire.
I had to give her the.
Was selling the drugs
Oh
to John
yeah,
Travolta.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and had to give the shot. Yes,
Yeah.
that's Eric.
You think we could play this? The
I
Biff
mean,
question.
Yeah, I mean, like it's Tom Wilson.
We'll do it at the end.
Yeah, fuck
We'll do it at
it.
the
Like, what are they gonna do? Sue us for the money we don't make?
It's Thomas F. Wilson. He's a stand-up comedian, and he's got a song where it basically he goes over all the questions he gets asked
that's
about
fair.
being Biff. I also read that he now carries like business cards that are just answers to common questions that people always ask him. So he just when people meet him, they say, he goes, "Here you go. Here's my answers."
There, that's cool.
I know. He's got. I mean, you've got to have a sense of humor about that if you're going to be that famous. And
You know, he's actually, I don't know, man. To me, he's a really good actor.
I've never seen him in anything else.
You ever watch Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah,
show?
Yeah, but I mean, as the PE teacher, like he's only in it for like
Well, he's in it several times because he starts dating,
the
what's his
mom.
name? Yeah.
Bill's mom. But I mean, it's not enough. I can't
I think-
judge by that.
He does such a good job of it, though.
Okay, here we go.
Just being a PE teacher.
So Doc discovers a note that Marty has written him, warning him about his future, and he destroys it, worried about the consequences. To save Doc,
That's a
Marty
great
then
show.
recalibrates the DeLorean to return 10 minutes before he left to the future. After some trials, Marty drives the DeLorean, and lightning strikes him back, giving him the 1.21 gigawatts and sending him back to 1985. But then the DeLorean breaks down, forcing Marty to run back now to the Lone Pine Mall.
Chris, right?
Right there.
There.
Yeah. Much like Trey does on most nights. Lone Pine. Lonely Pine. It's kind of like Romance in the Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was with you if you said Romance in the Stone. That's my new thing.
Yeah.
He's putting it on Urban Dictionary right now.
Marty arrives and Doc is being shot. While Marty grieves by his side, Doc then sits up, revealing that he pieced Marty's note back together and was wearing a bulletproof vest. He takes Marty home and departs to 2015 in the DeLorean. Marty wakes the next morning to discover his father is now a confident and successful science fiction author. His mother is fit and happy. His siblings are successful. And Biff is a servile valet in George's employ. As Marty reunites with Jennifer, Doc suddenly reappears in the DeLorean, insisting they return to him to the future to save their children. As they get in, Marty tells Doc he'll need more road to get to 88. When Doc tells him where they're going, they won't need roads. The DeLorean then takes off and flies into the sky and the future. The end.
Okay, so when he comes back,
truck.
No, when he comes back,
Awesome.
and
That was an awesome truck.
Even today, I would kill to have
Yeah.
that truck.
when he comes back and he sees,
Hang on.
he goes to Lone Pine Mall and he sees Doc get shot again, and he sees his self get in the DeLorean and take off, and you know, in his mind, he's got to be going, "Holy shit, I got to live through that again."
That's fair.
And that made me think of a Nietzsche quote while I was watching this movie.
All right,
Wow.
so romancing the
No, it's-
stone means having sex or receiving oral while passing a kidney stone in the hopes that you'll pass it in your ejaculate.
No, Nietzsche said
great.
time is a flat circle. Everything we have done or will do, we will do over and over and over again forever.
I thought the guy from
Lame. Fucking nerd.
Trying to go deep there, buddy.
Well, yeah, but
That's
it's
okay.
true.
Well, who's the
Everybody's
guy?
deep
Who's
as
the
a
guy?
sheet of paper, bud.
Who's the guy who did all right?
Matthew
What's his name?
McConaughey.
I thought he said that in True Detective.
Yeah.
Pfft, Nietzsche. Pfft, it's Matthew McConaughey.
I mean, Matthew McConaughey says
Time
it
is a
better.
flat circle.
Matthew McConaughey says it better for
Sounds
sure.
more like Bill Clinton at that
I
point.
know. It really did.
I did not have sexual relations.
with that woman.
Oh,
all
man.
right.
But yeah, that Toyota Tacoma.
Well, that would have
quote was-
changed that quote.
What?
right off.
I think every
He's like,
guy.
all right.
I think every guy that's in their late 30s and up wants.
Fuck that. I
That
wanted
truck.
that truck when I was 5. Never
No,
mind.
but I mean our age.
Oh, yeah.
I'd drive that truck now.
Oh,
Or
that thing
y'all's
was-
age and then my age.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Chris wants just a souped up Model T.
Yeah.
Chris, you can get any color you want as long as it's black.
You mean this
old
wagon
Nova
can hold
SS.
2 yoke oxen?
How easily are the wheels removable? I got to ford a river soon.
But then he would die of dysentery.
Yeah, probably. There's a snake in my boot. All right. I think I've asked this before, but I'll ask again. If you could go back in time and change anything, would you?
No.
You can't.
Yep.
What would you change?
I would have gone to class in college.
But
Would it help?
Ripple effect. If you'd done that, you might not be sitting here with us now.
Yeah, I'd have better friends. Probably have a more attractive wife.
Jesus.
I am not representing you as
Dig
a lawyer.
your own grave,
I'm not
buddy.
a lawyer, but still.
I hope she's laughing. She has a good sense of humor.
She has to. She married you.
Mm-hmm.
I just go back in time and give myself some lottery numbers.
No,
fuck
assume
the
you
school
can't.
thing.
Assume you can't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I think I've said this before. I would go back and instead of getting a fucking liberal arts degree, I'd get something in like business or try
STEM or like be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Y'all go back and do that? No, man. You go back and pick who'd win the World Series and stuff like that. Make your shit money quick.
Well, if you can do that, then why fucking worry about like the World Series? Go fucking bet on like the Kentucky Derby, like when
Whatever,
Giacomo won, and like you mind that bird. Like
Okay,
he had,
that's
like,
the
big
thing.
ones.
Hell, I might just go back 6 years to
The
that
reason why I go back to
jackpot that
World
was
Series and stuff like that
$1
is
billion.
because I don't know much about that right there.
Well, I'm just saying, like the odds are so much better on the horse race.
I
Like,
got you, but I
yeah.
don't know who actually wins those.
Well, you could
Well,
do some
like,
research
I can
before
go
you
back. I can
go.
go back to the World Series
You
and be
had
like, oh, this
You
year I know
had,
this
you had a
team
book, which that was a surprisingly
If you
small
had
book in
the
the
book.
second movie.
I know, right?
For like, there's supposed to be 50 years of sporting events. That was
Yeah,
a
but I mean, you just do
surprisingly
line
small
after
book.
line.
No,
I guess.
yeah, that's super easy to do. What do you mean? You could probably fit like 50 years of like who won.
I mean, just imagine
The
hitting
World
like
Series.
a 20-team parlay. You know, like paying you like 10,000 to 1.
All right, next
And you
question.
Put your
then.
life savings on it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, next question, and this kind of goes into movie number 2. If you could know your own future, would you want to?
Yep.
Like,
That's
I'm not saying know when you're going to die. I'm just
That's
saying
a
just
catch-22 because if you know, for example, that you're going to die in your sleep at 98 versus you're going to die in a car crash tomorrow, I mean,
What the fuck does it matter?
Just don't get
If,
a
it,
car.
if it's your, I
that
mean,
day.
no, but I mean, if it's your fate, like if it's truly your fate, and like it's unavoidable, like because that is your future, that is the destiny that
You've seen Final Destination. Death will get you.
Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna get you, like whether like you're driving the car or you just get hit by a car. Like I'm not gonna
Or
live in fear. I'm just
Whether
gonna
the
keep
car
going.
drives through your living room.
Yeah, I mean,
Get up in the attic.
So
Spend all day in the
live in a
attic.
treehouse.
So it
Well, you
hits
see
the
that
curb. So
fucking
it hits
car
the
fly.
curb. And, so it hits the curb and goes airborne.
That's some serious shit. I live up on top of the hill there. That's some serious flying this got to do.
but just saying though, like if you can't,
It's gotta be
if
like
you
a
can't
car that
escape
falls
it,
out
I'd
of a
rather know
plane.
what's coming.
I guess that's fair. Would you? Would you want to know your future?
No.
Really, you wouldn't want to be able to say bye to your loved ones like right before you use your time.
Hoping that I'll be able
Like,
to at
like,
this point.
like
Nah, I'd
do-
like to keep the suspense there.
Kind of keeps things interesting. Keep it spicy.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, they're already kind of getting ready with Chris. I mean, it could be any minute.
It's true. I know they went to the funeral home the other day.
I mean, like,
I've already got burial plots, so that's like the most adult thing
it
I've
would
ever
kind
done.
of suck to know, though. I mean, in a
they're
way.
cremating me.
I mean, think about like. Do you think that like somebody like Elvis would want to know that he dies like that?
On the toilet,
On the toilet?
Yeah.
Overdosed?
I mean, you get what I'm saying?
poop hap hanging out.
Oh, gravity worked on that one, buddy. There's nothing because your muscles aren't contracting
I
anymore.
know, I get it.
Gravity worked.
I mean,
but
but then you get
I will
somebody,
say- I will say
somebody
this.
like Kurt Cobain, he may just do it earlier.
I will say this: having been to several death scenes, there is something about dead people shits that smells worse than
Oh,
than
Jesus Christ.
living.
Yeah, because it's probably just released everything in their body.
Well, yes, but it smells way worse.
Thanks for letting us know
You're
that.
welcome.
There's something I've never wanted to know.
Well, now you do.
Let's see. So this implies that the whole reason Doc is friends with Marty, a 17-year-old boy, was because he'd known for 30 years what would already happen. Correct?
Sure.
So how does Doc even make this introduction? Because you got to think he has to befriend this boy to live, right? He's known since 1955.
This is one of those continuity things that.
But here's the thing though: is that why he befriended the boy?
I mean, that's kind of the question here.
You know,
Are we? How old was Doc? You think in 1955? 30, 40?
I'd say probably 40.
So he's 70 in 85.
Sure.
So
How the hell they become friends?
how does a 70, 60-something-year-old man, because they had to have been friends for at least a couple of years, so let's say a 60-something-year-old man become friends with a 17-year-old boy?
I mean, I would probably have to say if it was going to happen, I guess maybe at a school function or something.
I don't
Like
know.
maybe school science.
Maybe he came to.
Fair? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he
Shit.
came to a science fair when Marty was in like
Yeah.
elementary school.
Just don't be surprised if like the juice boxes make that high schooler sleepy. I mean, I'm just saying.
That would be interesting. It's like if they ever were to do another one, I think that would be a good one to do. Is
Like
how,
an
how did
origin
they,
story?
Yeah, how did they become friends?
That could be kind of interesting.
Well, he seemed to be an inventor,
But
much
again,
like
this
Doc
goes
was.
this goes back to that whole thing of
Marty?
like
Like at the very beginning, like when he blows that speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
That's-
at Doc's house.
Yeah, Doc built that for him because on the phone call he says, "Don't use the amplifier. There's a chance of an overload."
Right, but I think though that he did that with him probably because like he did like a high school science fair or something. Fucking got matched up with him.
Maybe.
there you go, the high school science fair.
Works for me.
It was pre-planned.
So I've read some reviews
Premeditated.
also. And I just
By
want-
the doc.
I want to get your all's opinion on this. It's talking about the ending now, that basically they've just role reversed.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because now we say this, right? So his time has changed. Everything has changed.
Butterfly
for him, right?
effect has changed.
Butterfly effect. So his dad writes
The book.
sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
So probably his dad became friends with Doc.
But how did he know him in the first place?
Yeah,
He had to know him in the other-
Maybe
about
that's-
the DeLorean.
Maybe that's how they came to get to know each other.
Maybe George was friends with
Marty's
Doc.
dad became friends. Yeah, George becomes friends with Doc because Doc does all this science stuff and all that. George wants to.
George
write
is a
science
nerd.
fiction.
George is a
Right,
nerd.
So he becomes friends with him. Has a kid. Maybe he knows him as his kind of an uncle.
Yeah.
The uncle that touches you.
I mean, I'm
Can
just
you
saying,
relate?
maybe that's how you can say like this is how the background of them getting to know each other is because
I
of George
like it.
and
It
Doc.
plays. It does play. I mean,
Mainly he plays with him. But that's how that works.
Jesus Christ! But I think that's
hide
maybe
the
way.
weasel. Want to play a little game of hide the weasel?
But before the change happens, how do they know each other? Because they knew each
that's
other
what I'm saying.
before the change. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying.
That's hard.
I mean, but you're right. I mean, even if George is just a nerd who still before the change, when he's still subservient, if he still likes science fiction, he's still a nerd. I mean, he still likes comics and everything. Even
Maybe this is one of those like Star Wars type of things where Obi actually knows C-3PO and R2-D2, but you never know about it.
you never know.
Right. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe George and Doc know each other. They just don't mention it up.
And what I was saying before is I've read reviews where people are basically saying that the end of the movie is just a role reversal. That George then becomes basically the bully,
Yeah.
and Biff is now the target.
Correct.
Do you think? I mean, but is he really a bully?
Yeah.
I didn't get
Do you see
that.
how much Biff cowers from him?
God damn it! Next weekend's a 2:30 kickoff.
I agree. I think he does
CBS.
become the bully of him.
No,
He's not a bully like Biff was a bully to him. Though.
Yeah.
No, I think he does. After he
think so?
done knocked his ass out and all, he probably went around school talking about it and everything else. It probably has Biff scared to death of him and all. I think he became his bully. It reversed
No,
roles.
I think
100%.
I think they. I don't want to say had mutual respect, but Biff couldn't skate through life anymore because
He
not
got checked.
Yeah, he got checked, and he's not doing all of Biff's work anymore. So
Yeah, but Crispin Glover's a dick.
But see, that's the reason why. That's the reason why you had
Probably
part
definitely a
two.
bully.
That's why you have part two, and Biff tries to reverse the role again on him.
By stealing the almanac.
Yes. So
Yeah,
he's
but just
going to go
because- just
back.
because-
He's like, no, I'm going to take control now.
just because
and not
he's
be
no
the one that gets
longer
beat
just,
up.
just because Biff's no longer the bully doesn't mean he was getting bullied.
I bet he was though.
I bet he was too. He cowers from him.
It's weird that switch from class nerd that everyone laughs at to hey, have you thought about running for class president? Like, I don't find that very realistic, to be honest with you, because you don't
just
make
knocked
that.
out. You just knocked
You
out the
knocked
biggest
out-
guy in
yes,
school
exactly.
in one punch.
All it takes is one thing.
Your street
It's fair.
cred just skyrocketed there.
There's a professor at the University of Virginia, like Dr. Murray. He basically came up with this theory that said like there's only so much status to go around.
True.
And
I think we've
therefore,
discussed this before.
that's why bullying happens. Like you do it to like take status away from somebody to escalate your status.
So it got reversed.
Yeah, so like when it got reversed, I think like he fucking put like foot on throat, like just give me all the status.
Are you watching a video game?
Yeah.
He's got money on it.
I do.
Yeah,
I knew as soon as I saw it. I was like, "There's no way in hell he's watching this for entertainment
but yeah,
value."
so status in high school is capitalist, basically.
Yeah.
It's a commodity.
I mean, you know, like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, we live in a capitalist society, sir.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So, consensus.
Well,
does
your
he
high school is more like
does
a communist
George
country
bully
than
Biff in your mind?
Yeah.
At the end, does George bully Biff in your mind? At the end,
I think he keeps him in check. I don't think he actively bullies him personally.
I think he totally bullies him. What about you?
I'm with Steven. I think he keeps him in check.
No, I don't
I
think
thi-
so.
I think
for him to
because-
cower as bad as he does.
I think because of how George was treated, he knows what it is to be bullied. So he's not going to do it to someone else, but he's not going to let them push him either.
he gets pushed around so bad. He's like he's sitting there at the end of the movie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like he's cowards from.
It's
him.
probably a learned behavior though. Like think about like the kids who like go to school and like treat other kids like shit. It's probably because like their parents treat them like shit or their older siblings treat them like shit. It's a learned behavior and it trickles down.
Well, and we did see. Is it? No, it's the second one we see Biff's mom. She's domineering, to say the least. If you remember, we don't see her; we hear her.
Yeah.
So he's from a domineering household. Usually, bullies come from not good households, unfortunately. Okay, so I've got. I'm doing something a little different. You gave me a good. No, I can't remember who had the trivia that time. Was that you that had trivia? Anyways, I got
a
some
little bit,
trivia.
yeah.
I brought top 5 trivia for the movie.
Bum, bum, bum.
I've got the fanfare, but I'm actually saving that because I'm going to do top 5 again. Because
Oh, this ain't making
I
money.
still think you should do it for any top 5. You should do it for this too.
you want me to do
That'd
it
be
for this
good.
one?
Yes.
For this one.
It's top 5 music.
You'll like
Just
this.
top 5. Period.
Told you I was going to do it.
That was good. That was good.
You like that? Huh?
Oh boy.
You like that? Yeah. All right.
Well, we're
no-
all gonna get shit on anyway. So yeah.
Number
Brad.
5. The role of Marty McFly was originally portrayed by Eric Stoltz. We've discussed this, so I'm not even
Yes.
going to read all that. Number 4. Thomas F. Wilson improvised some of Biff's signature catchphrases such as "butthead" and "make like a tree and get out of here." All improvised, not written in the script. Pretty neat, right? Number 3. The iconic DeLorean time machine was almost a Ford Mustang. Number 2. In the early drafts, the machine was a refrigerator. And number 1. According to Back to the Future Part 2. The clock tower Part 3, excuse me. The clock tower started running at 8 p.m. September 5th, 1885. The data is provided by the caption on the photograph, blah, blah, blah. So by the time the lightning strikes the tower at 10:04 p.m. on November 12th, 1955, that means the clock tower had operated for exactly 70 years, 2 months, 7 days, 2 hours, and 4 minutes.
What does that mean?
Nothing. It's just interesting
So
trivia.
it's fucking bullshit.
It's interesting trivia.
I think it was a waste of time to sit there
Oh,
and
that clock
calculate
tower
that
was
out.
a last minute idea, by the way. Because they couldn't do the nuclear bomb, so they were like, "What can we do?" Oh, fucking clock tower,
Oh, lightning strike.
lightning strike. Yes.
And that set that is still it was built on who shot this? Paramount? Who was
Universal.
it? Universal. Still in the back lot at Universal.
Yeah. Well, let's see. When I was a kid, I was probably 10 or 11. We went to Universal Studios in California, and I actually went on the Back to the Future ride out there. That was a lot of fun.
I did the one down in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. All right.
I don't think that's either one of the Universals anymore. I
No,
think that it's been taken down now.
it has.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
here
I mean, it's that whole thing where it's like they gotta make their money where they got to make their money at, and with them not doing any more Back to the Futures, they gotta put something else there.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's still just
It's sad. I agree with you.
It's
I think
sad.
it should stay, but I mean, you know,
Yeah. All right. Here you go. One more again. Top 5. That makes me so happy. Stupid. Okay, so the reason I want to I know we said we'd only do this sporadically, but actually I'm putting Back to the Future in my top 5 because it's, how do you beat Back to the Future? It's just a great movie. You can watch it.
Sandlots.
Beat it with Susan Sarandon's dick.
You can watch it with your kids. You can watch it with your parents. You can watch it by yourself when you're romancing the stone. I mean, anyone, and it's just a great movie. So, currently my top 5 currently is number 1 Breakfast Club, number 2 T2, number 3 Sandlot, number 4 Escape Rooms, number 5 Mail Order Brides. I'm replacing Escape Rooms, and I'm putting Back to the Future at number 4.
Ooh. That's funny that it jumped to 4.
Why?
But that means it was better than like something that it knocked out and it jumped another one.
I think it's really good.
Okay.
I think this is a great movie, but I think I'm going to leave my top 5 alone.
So your beer review, T2, Gross Point Blank, Mail Order Brides, Escape Rooms.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave that alone.
Mine's staying the same because it's a 5-beer movie.
You are so drunk.
I'm not. Dead
Chris,
sober.
anything?
Right now, it stays the same.
Stay the same? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I may
let's-
review it later on.
ratings-
Like,
ratings
yeah.
are-
Yeah, I guess
Yes.
we should have done rating and review before I did the top 5. Sorry about that.
It
All
is
right.
what it is, and it
Yeah.
ain't what it ain't.
We
What
started with
is
you, didn't
what
we?
it ain't.
So
Yeah.
Trey, let's give me your.
It's a 4-beer movie. It's
Are you serious?
yeah. I don't fucking love it. Like not at all.
All right.
I'd rather watch Tucker get his toenail painted, or like Steven grow an inch.
I can grow several.
All right. Who's next?
Me, man, this is an iconic movie, and I love it. I've never gotten tired of it. Anytime I see it on cable, when I had cable, I would stop and watch it. All 3 versions of it. There's just, some things are different, things of age, yada yada yada. But it's a great '80s movie, great music. It's fun. I'm gonna give it 1.5 beers. Chris.
Yeah, so here's my thing about it, right? Knowing what I know now about how much it got rushed, the fact that the date release got pushed up to 4th of July weekend instead, so they had less time to produce stuff, that it kind of hurt it in a sense because they had to bring the lighting and effect team in. And
Super late.
Right.
Yeah.
So late and all that they weren't able to get the
They only
true
had,
shot where his hand vanishes and all.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Because of that, the fire on the rope was terrible because of that. The lightning strike was terrible because of that. All
I
that
think
stuff.
they only had like 6 weeks
yeah.
from end of filming to release.
Right.
They
But,
did
are you
they-
justifying it?
they went
like
on-
saying that's acceptable.
They went on. It wasn't their fault though, because it was like the executive said, no, it's got to be released 4th of July weekend. Too bad y'all
One
got to
thing-
spend 24 hours for the next week and all to put this all together.
I'll say what I have to say after you finish. Right?
But, it's
review.
They rushed. The acting and all is good in it. I think it's some great acting and all. Even Glover, he still does a creepy as shit, but he still does like some great acting in it and all. He does good. Biff does good. The mom does good. Michael J. Fox. This was his first movie. Movie.
I don't think it was his.
I think it might have been his first like leading
Leading
role. Yeah.
He was the best fit for this movie.
Agreed.
I agree. If you put Eric in this movie probably would have tanked. We wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. It wouldn't have been so great. But at the end of the day, I'm giving this a 2.5. No, I'm giving this a 2 beer.
Okay, that works. What I was going to say real fast is that they showed a test audience some footage for this movie, and it got such a positive review. That's why they said, I don't care about the effects.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
So am I justifying it a little bit, Trey? Yes, probably. But,
Yeah, they kicked the executive guy out. Did you know that?
no.
Yeah, they did. He came in there. They kicked him out. They
Good.
said you can't be part of it. It can only be part of the Steven Spielberg got to be there for it. But other than that, all the rest of them were the people who worked on it.
All right.
Steven, are you a big Michael J. Fox fan?
Not especially, no.
Okay. I just wondered if you liked him because y'all are the same height. Both 5'4.5".
I will strike you.
Yeah, in the stomach.
I
That's
mean,
all you can
he's
reach.
the reason why they had to recast the girlfriend,
Who?
Michael J. Fox.
You talking about the?
In the second movie?
No, it's
No,
not.
the first one. No, they had somebody else playing the female part.
Oh, I didn't know
But
that.
she was too tall.
She was too tall.
So they said for high school kids, there would be no way that a taller girl would date a shorter guy. So they said we gotta get somebody that's more his height.
Wow.
That's fair.
Okay. Tucker?
So they got a midget.
I love this movie. I'm not gonna lie. It brings back so many good memories. I can get past all the plot holes and some of the crappy effects, but the writing is great. The acting is for its time is amazing, and some of the effects even still kind of hold up. And just the relationships that they
It's incredible for the time.
they build for it. Yeah, it's incredible for the time. I can sit down and watch this movie anytime, and I'll just get lost in it. It's like watching Top Gun. I can watch that movie over and over and over and over again. All that being said, this is not perfect, but it's very, very close. It's a half a beer movie.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, there you got it.
So, with Steven's 1.5, Chris's 2, Trey's incredibly erroneous 4.4 beer movie, and my half beer movie, Added up, divided by 4, comes out to a 2-beer movie, a little better than average, which I think is a travesty. And Trey is still drunk. Trey is still drunk from drinking last night.
I didn't have enough to be
I
drunk
disagree
last night.
with you, man. This movie's not close to being a perfect movie. Not even close to it.
But then again, he likes T2, so
But
Had
it's
you
also
let me in
not
that one?
close to being a terrible movie either.
it is.
No.
I literally had to watch it twice because last night I fell
that
asleep
good?
during it, like because it just couldn't hold my attention. It's like-
Really?
yeah. So I gave it another try this morning at like 5 a.m. It's like, nah.
Wow. All right, before we get out of here,
Up
and
early,
I do the where you can find us. Let's Trey sent us a video of Thomas F. Anderson who plays Biff and his
Thomas Wilson.
Anderson. Thomas Anderson. Fucking
Peace out, leaving home just to change my
that's an ad.
Yeah.
Thomas Anderson. You got the Matrix on my brain because that's the guy from that's his character name from the Matrix.
So amateur ads.
I know, right? It's maybe we'll get whatever. All right, here we go.
When I'm flying in a plane or I'm on the street, there's a lot of famous people that I like to meet. They shake my hand and never ask my name, and they start asking questions that are always the same. Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Michael J. Fox like? Nice guy. What's Michael J. Fox like? He's an alien. Stop asking me the question. I went to the bar mitzvah of my nephew Josh. Now I'm not Jewish, but I like to nosh. Put on my yarmulke, started to pray, when the rabbi leaned over and I heard him say, hey, was that real manure? No, it wasn't. Was that real manure? No. Was that real manure? It's a movie. Stop asking me the question. Can we take your picture? Come on, look mean. Would you call my friend a butthead on his answering machine? Hey, questions, just fill my head. I went to my doctor said, hey, what does a key grip do? Set up lights. What does the best boy do? Help the key grip. What does a producer do? I don't know. Stop asking me the question. Do you all hang out together? No, we don't. How's Crispin Glover? Never talk to him. Back to the Future 4. Not happening. Stop asking me the question. Hey, who's the nicest famous guy you know? Adam Sandler. Who is the biggest jerk? Gary Busey. How much money do you make? More than you do. So stop asking me the question. Thanks a lot, everybody.
That was great.
I like
that
it.
was really good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I actually saved that like years and years ago. I'm like, wow.
I think I've seen that
Totally
before.
relevant.
It's just been a really, really long time. I like it. Thanks for sending that.
I've never seen that. Thank you.
That's
Right.
funny.
Time to make like a baby and head on out.
Like good Catholics, we're pulling out. Okay.
Make like a tree and get the hell out of here.
about as useful as a screen door on a battleship. All right, you can find us on the web at theguysreview.simplecast.com. Email us anything and I will read it poorly at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at @the_guysreview. Remember to like the pin tweet at the top of the page. We'll add you to the DM group. You can make fun of us in real time. And Chris won't respond because he won't get Twitter.
Steven, I'm going to give you credit today. You did a good job reading that.
Thank you.
You
I
did
appreciate
good.
that.
I
I had
will
a couple
give
of
you credit.
flubs. I had a couple of flubs, but I showed up here still drinking coffee. So
Better than usual.
thanks.
So next week, are we just going to go back to rotation of everybody pick a random thing?
We'll
can.
figure it out.
Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod.
I'm picking something random.
I had a thought, and I need to see exactly how this
You
would
had
work.
thoughts?
I did.
Okay.
Did it hurt?
A little bit. So the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out.
Yes.
And so I had a thought of doing maybe just the first one, or maybe we could do the two and then the third one. Not the girl one, though.
Yeah.
No,
That
not the
was awful.
reboot. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Or we can just wait and just go see the new. I'm going to go see the new one regardless because my daughter loves the Ghostbusters. So I thought that'd be fun to do. I mean, we did Mortal Kombat. I don't think, I think this is going to be a different following than the Mortal Kombat. That's
I agree. I say we go watch it on like a Friday or Saturday night.
Well,
or
yeah,
something,
of course.
like a Friday night or something, and then.
But do we?
Shit, no, that's expensive. We're going to go
Yeah.
on a matinee, a Tuesday night or
Tuesday
something.
night. I'm
Wait,
okay
will
with-
you be back in town Tuesday night?
Oh shit.
Nope.
Shit.
I'll get it on Sunday before we come over here.
We can do a Sunday matinee.
Yeah, Sunday matinee I like. I'm sorry. It's just it's cheaper.
No, that's fine.
By a lot.
Yeah.
I say we watch something, have something else lined up too, in case the movie sucks.
I doubt that's going to happen.
I don't think the movie's going to suck, but I will say this, like, I would love to take my daughter, but
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried
Why?
because it could be scary for her.
Oh, well. We can discuss all this off air. We need to find out when the dates are, and we might do a random. I don't know. We'll discuss this some more, but that's just a thought. We might go random. We might do Ghostbusters. Who knows?
Might do another music one.
I like my movies. Like I like my women random.
I thought you were going to say with dicks.
It's been the theme lately.
Would it surprise you?
All right.
All right. All right. Well, on behalf of Chris, like us and rate us wherever you get your podcast from, and on behalf of Chris, Tran Tucker, thanks again for listening to The Guys Review.
Fuck you out.
See ya.